This episode of Blood In, Blood Out is brought to you by these sponsors.
Some of us get born into sprint cars, others just get involved for the love of it.
Started racing sprint cars in 1980.
Once you get in, very hard to get out.
You have to be competitive and you have to be hard.
The rush, excitement, the fear, all at the same time.
It's the end of the story.
When you're in the car, it's every man for himself.
It's an absolute dream, it's a passion, it's a family thing, you know.
There isn't a medicine for these cars.
It's my passion till the day I die.
It's blood in, blood out.
Previously on Blood In, Blood Out.
We haven't driven because we haven't been allowed to drive. So we're trying to sort that out the right way.
We are racing. Very excited to be back.
I just wish all this politics will come to an end.
Cheerful, I'm happy. We're back on the track again.
We love the sport, we must sort it out. The more cars, the merrier.
Respect each other's cars, doesn't matter who you drive with.
Proper fireworks, real fireworks.
Sprint cars are too big to be owned by anyone. Not a driver, not a promoter. Doesn't belong to any of us, it belongs to the people.
On a rainy Johannesburg evening, the Sprint Car Association has gathered at the Zurich residence for their first meeting of the year.
Hier is meer as 6 drywers, so die besluite wat geneem word is bindend. Jacques, jy is hierso in jou kapasiteit glo ek as my hem.
Almal was baie positief. So dit was vir my lekker geweest om te sien die eerste keer toe julle kom ry. Dis daar sommer van daai ouens wat sê nee, wel, hoorie, ons is hierso. Ja. So van Johan van Heerden, Johan Strauss, Stefan Fouché, almal net positief. Almal.
Ek het nie 'n probleem met niemand nie. Ek sê ek hoef met niemand te braai of enigiets nie.
Korrek.
As hy by baan is ry hy, sy kar.
Korrek.
Volgens die reëls en regulasies ons hy is nie meer hoe wie sy nie. Van die Kaap of van Cairo of van Amerika of kom van China.
Dis die laaste ding is maar net dit is maar die datums om te bespreek.
Ons is nou hier om dit te finaliseer vandag. Jy sal dan môre feedback hê van either van my of Kobus of Charlie.
The group discusses the rest of their agenda, deciding that their next race will be the Champ of Champs event at Maham Raceway on the 10th of February. A few days later, the head of WAMSA and National Motorsport in Mzansi, Ismail Peck, holds a public discussion with Ultimate Raceway promoter Isat Spiss to bury the hatchet on a few past disagreements and talk about a way forward.
And that's why I'm happy to sit down and say to you, listen, I'm behind you, I'm next to you, I'm your brother. Sure. And let's make this thing work.
Many things are discussed, but one point stands out from the rest concerning sprint cars and associations.
If you have your own association, can you belong to our racing thing going on here? Done some homework on that? My answer is, you can have your own association, but you have to belong to a club. You have to belong to a club, and when you belong to a club, you fall within WAMSA's rules. You have to have a WAMSA license. We cannot have people running their own thing and dictating to us. Then why would there be a WAMSA in any case? So it's just about getting everyone closer and shaking hands like we done, and things will be better.
Ismail Peck also meets with Maham Raceway promoter Jacques Marais.
We had a good old meeting with Mr. Carlson and Mr. Maria. We were we did sort out a lot of issues, a lot of planning going forward. It's all in the plans. Nothing happens in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I keep saying that.
All of us has got the same destination in mind. I just think we're using different roads, but we're all going to the same destination.
I say again, kicking the ball to the same poles.
100%.
Although many things seem up in the air, the important thing is that people are talking and discussing a way forward. It's less than a week out from the Champ of Champs event, and Charles and Shane Carlson have come to test their 77 car. Yellow is the color of the day, as the young Kewan Boylan is also doing some practice in his Ninja Midget. Couple of adjustments, and it's time to flick the switch.
I'm happy. For the first time out, I'm very happy. I think I can give some people a bit of problems. So yeah, I'm happy with the car. After a long time and out of nothing, yeah, I'm very happy.
We asked the Carlsons what their opinion was on the new WAMSA club license rule.
I don't know. I'd rather no comment because it depends on what side of the wire you are. So Ishmael Peck will have to sort it out with the sprint car drivers, that's it.
And let the powers that be sort it out. We'll race anyway, so we had to race. We're not only part of the politics, so they must sort it out.
Meanwhile, up in the clubhouse, some of the UK visitors are having a bit of fun. This gave us an opportunity to catch up with UK and SA promoter Dean Wood and ask for his viewpoint.
I've got to say I agree with Ishmael. I think that you've got to be. You can't be a part of something, but you don't want to be a part of something. Yeah. You're in or you're out. It's a pity that the sprint cars can't sort their act together, because I still believe that sprint cars are the biggest thing in South Africa. And if you could start having 12 to 16 sprint cars turning up at events, it would be brilliant. It's going to take time. I think that Ishmael and Neville, Jock and that have got to do one formula at a time, because if they try and do too much too quick, you could destroy all of it. So you need to concentrate on one formula. When I owned this track, they had it. When I had the other lot from Vernigan, turned and said, "Hey, come, we're going to load our cars." They pitched up. They said, "We'll load our cars." I said, "Load." And I think I had 3 sprint cars that night. But you can't have drivers dictating your business. Like Shane sat over there, he wouldn't let me walk in his workshop and say, "Right, move that car, do this, do that." He would say, "Hey, off, get out my workshop." So you can't expect promoters to be the same. The tail can't wag the dog.
All is quiet again at Mahim Raceway, and the next time we would be here is on the 10th of Feb for the Champ of Champs event.
With Blood In, Blood Out at Mahim Raceway once again. It's the finals of the SA versus UK stock rods, and of course we are here to cover all the V8 sprint car action.
And yet another sprint is added to the group as Johan Strauss offloads a great looking number 17, previously driven by Jacques Marais. Another exciting prospect is seeing Jordan Larson taking the wheel of Willy Zurich's famous number 5 car. Jordan proved that he could handle himself in this car when he took it for a few laps at the Tony Rust Raceway in Namibia in June last year. And as the wild man was not able to run in this race, he decided to let Jordan have a go. But, as we've come to expect with sprint cars, anything can happen at any time. The dreaded throttle jam. The car is barely started before rocketing into the wall and eventually cutting out after a few spins. Corne Bronkhorst is able to capture the event in pictures, most importantly of Jordan emerging from the car with no signs of visible injury. It's quickly deduced that the car is undrivable. A disappointment for fans, but a much bigger disappointment for Jordan. Most importantly though, he is not hurt. And of course, the show must go on.
How is the car feeling today?
Great. Block nozzles at the beginning, but fixed that, so it's going good now.
100%. No issues at all. Engine's running fine. Yeah, just a dream.
I'm still battling, it's more experimental car than anything else. I've been building on it. I've made a very short wheelbase. I put on a very small injection. All just trying, but I think if it comes right, it'll be fast.
Much better than the previous time. Did some changes on the car. Yeah, the handling is quite good. Just need some rear tires, a bit of rubber. I'm running on old tires, but other than that, the car is feeling quite good.
We're having a bit of issues. It seems to be misfiring, but we hope we sort it out, but we'll find out in the first heat.
It's fine. I had to make a few changes on the shocks from the previous event. I've got a new right rear on it, so hopefully, and a correct one, so hopefully it's going to go well this weekend.
A returning driver, Johan Slichers, is driving the number 17.
We are here with Johan Slichers. How's the car driving tonight?
Not good. We were here last night for the first time out of the car, battled with it. We eventually got it to run very well. This morning we came here, fired up in practice, and the car was misfiring, and we had problems with the diff, also broke. So we fixed it, and hopefully it will be fine now. Yeah, so a bit of bad behavior by the car, but yeah, let's see.
Okay, we are here with Charles Carson. How's the car driving?
The car's being driven by me. How can the car be driving?
Today, Shane Carson will be in his number 74 car, usually driven by JP Talliard, as the trademark 75 was not repaired in time for this race. He too is running into problems.
Okay, so what do you think of the lineup, and what kind of racing can we expect today?
Charles is fast. Shane's battling with his 74 car. But we'll get it right during the run of the evening, so let's just see what happens. I don't know. We must see. But the guy to worry about is Charles.
It's a good lineup. There's a lot of big names here. I think we're going to expect hard racing. It's quite warm, so hopefully when the track cools, there will be better traction. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a lekker lineup. Some new oaks here. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I think it's going to be quite good. We were 10 cars. Unfortunately, we lost the one car during practice. So we 9 left, and 3 of the fastest guys actually were lucky. They draw number 1, 2 and 3. So yeah, it will be a challenge, and no, I think it will really be good racing.
I think it's going to be tough racing tonight, especially with the Carlsons here as well. They're always fast. It's unfortunately Johannes away. He's also a good driver, but yeah, I think it's going to be fine. I'm actually starting in the back, the first heat, then you start in the front, the second heat. So some you win, some you lose.
I'm quite nervous to race against the guys. It's all the best drivers, most of the best drivers here. But I've been racing with most of the dads many years ago, so it's going to be interesting, but I'm sure if the car's going to behave, we should be able to run with them.
I think it's going to be a tough race tonight, but it's definitely going to be full of action, and that's what the fans want, and that's what we're going to give them.
Tell us about your sticker.
Oh, well, everybody says I'm the troublemaker, so you like me or you don't like me, that's it. Some people matter, some people don't matter, so that's it.
We are here with Peter de Wet. What do you think of the lineup, and what kind of racing can we expect today?
Yeah, I think we've got a good turnout of cars, considering that some cars have been broken and a lot of work have been put in to get the cars here today. I think the racing will always be good. Pretoria always caters for good racing, so I think it's going to be hard. The first race with the 3 fastest cars in front is going to be hectic. So we're in for some good fun, I think.
After yet another fantastic parade, we were able to catch up with head of WAMZA and National Motorsports Mzansi, Ishmael Peck.
Well, the massiveness is hard work, comes with hard work. Everything is always hard work. So we got the UK drivers here in the stock rods. We got, 6, 7 of them, 8 of them. And then we broadcast from Cape Town as well. And then you got Mr. Dean Wood here making stront. But you know what was a lovely part here today? Seeing 2 ladies on the grid, first and second in the stock rods. A UK girl on pole and Kayla Jones from Cape Town, second place. So that's like, yo. But listen, absolutely awesome turnout here today, because we've all worked our butts off to get everyone together, pull the sport together and make the sport be the winner. And that's actually what's happening right now. And look at the proof. There's the proof. There's the proof out there.
The Cape drivers, I wish everyone the best of luck.
triple, Siobhan Martin, the new lap record holder.
After the final formalities and introductions, the racing is underway. Kicking off with the SA versus UK stock rods. A healthy grid of 9 V8 sprints get ready for Heat 1. And we are green. We're off to a flying start. Charles Carlson Jr. maintains a decent lead just ahead of his brother and Charles Sr., who is not only going like a steam train, but looking a bit like one too, with all that smoke. Svichers in the 17 pulls off. Charles Carlson Jr. takes the first heat. Back we go into the chaos of the pits. Repairs and adjustments are made. Charlize Carlson still struggles with constant misfiring. Johan Svichers unfortunately out early with a broken diff.
Too much traction in the car, I must take some traction out.
The stock rods go out for their second heat, meaning the sprints have little time left before their next heat. Charles Sr.'s 77 is also loaded due to a dropped valve seat. This clip from Darren Herselman captures the moment disaster strikes in the stock rod race. After medical staff check all drivers and the carnage is cleared, the race is eventually finished. And it's time for Heat 2 of the V8 Sprint. Bashir in the 55 practically flies off the line. Shane Carlson tries a bold move, moving on the inside of 2 cars to gain the number 3 spot. He almost has it, but the car spins out, forcing the 11 to stop, collecting the 35 and the 316. This angle shows what a bad knock Van Heerden in the 35 takes, along with Stradom in the 316. Ernest Cornelius in the 56 manages to dodge the incident. 5 cars remain for the remainder of the heat. Bashir again manages to pull away from the competition. And take the checkered flag.
It's looking worse than what it was now.
constant engine misfiring forces the number 15, Charlize Carlson, to throw in the towel. The Stradom's 316 car is also parked with a bent front axle.
Tough, very, very tough. Better f***ing that off. Tough.
The final heats are underway. We started with 10 V8 sprints and are now down to 5, with Carlson Jr. and Fischer starting at the front of the pack. Wheel to wheel, neither driver lets up. They're tight. They touch. Both maintain control, with Shane Carlson breathing down their necks. Fischer gets the edge on the outside, and he's not letting it go. Carlson Jr. makes great time back into the corner, but it's not enough. Fischer grabs the final heat win and the top spot overall, with the Carlson brothers taking the rest of the podium. Shane Carlson puts on one of his famous smoke shows for the fans. As Fischer and Carlson Jr. go for a victory lap. For the sprints, a fair share of race incidents, but it all stayed on the track. With all the returning cars and faces, as well as plenty of activity by other sprint drivers online, there's bound to be plenty more action in the near future. And you can catch it all here on Blood In, Blood Out, the best of South African sprint car racing. Thank you to this episode's sponsors.